Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
You know, if you're as crazy as the German guy, you know, if you want to get some solar panels, don't have to put them on your roof, don't have to worry about the ice and the snow and all that stuff.
You pay for them and we'll put them up. It's the idea behind a new solar energy program in Moorhead. Thanks for joining us tonight. Moorhead Public Service is now selling solar shares at $480 a piece, and the utility says that's a discount.
Moorhead Public Service also reports that they're about halfway to having enough people sign up to build the project. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric finds out how going solar might cost you lots of green to be part of it.
There are fossil fuels, and then there's renewable energy. Moorhead Public Service says if customers want it, there's an electrifying new proposal, a solar garden.
Where basically the utility runs the solar panels. You rent them or you lease them.
Ralph says the time is right for a few reasons. First, the windmills near the wastewater treatment plant north of town are just about at the end of their life. Second,
federal and state mandates where we actually have to move to a certain percentage of our energy to be non-fossil.
In Minnesota, utilities are required to provide nearly a quarter of electricity sales through renewable energy by the end of 2025, still a decade away.
It's self-funded by the money that the customers are going to pay.
The program is expected to work like this. You sign a license agreement for 20 years with Moorhead Public Service, and you will get a yearly bill credit worth the amount of power your panels produce. But there's somewhat of a catch here. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, in 2013, the average home used about 900 kilowatt hours per month. Each solar share is expected to generate about 35. You'd need about 26 panels to power your home, and at $480 a piece, it gets pricey. But Ralph isn't shocked.
I think it's a cutting-edge kind of thing, and like I said, I would love to see an incentive saying, hey, you move to Moorhead, and here's a panel.
The return on your investment in the program, at least a decade. And with this program, you'll benefit from the service for just 20 years. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Residents have already received mailers about this program, and Moorhead Public Service will hold an informational meeting on Tuesday to further discuss the project.
It was over 7 months ago when NDSU freshman Tom Bierson went missing and was later found murdered in Moorhead. Moorhead police say there are no new developments in this case, but still it's very active. Now, amid their mourning, Tom's parents have launched a nonprofit in honor of their son. The foundation is dedicated to keeping Tom's memory alive by doing 3 things: increase interest in Tom's favorite sport, basketball, provide scholarships to basketball players, and promote campus safety. NDSU students we talked with support the foundation and say Tom's situation taught them how safety is very important.
When we first moved here, it wasn't an issue, but over time we kind of worry about it more.
You just always been back in your mind, like, make sure that this doesn't happen to you.
Now, if you would like to donate, participate in events, or learn more about the Tom Bierson Foundation, click on this story on valleynewslive.com.
Cloudy and a bit chilly out there throughout the day. Let's head over to Hutch Johnson to see if there's any warm up for tonight. Hutch?
Well, this evening, I think we're going to battle the same thing we have all day, and that are the clouds and the wind that has been quite gusty out of the north. Fergus Falls, however, notice mostly sunny skies there, but it hasn't helped your temperatures too awful much. 46 degrees at this hour with gusts to 24 miles per hour. 43 and cloudy in Jamestown, and it feels like 35 thanks to those winds. I think they'll continue at 10 to 25 miles per hour from the north this evening, reinforcing that cool air. Hey, take a look at this. We see up in Devil's Lake, it's already approaching the mid-30s. Frost is on the way. We have a frost advisory. That's right, frost advisory for the whole area. Well, I guess we can't complain. Winter storm warning for 1 to 2 feet of snow in the Black Hills. I'll have details on some warmer weather and another chance of some heavy rain approaching the valley here in just a few minutes.
Things are certainly greening up.
They are.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
An autopsy is being done to determine the cause of death of a woman whose body was found in the Red River. The results have not been released yet, but we do know the name of the woman. Fargo police say 36-year-old Tony Grandruth of Fargo was found in the river around 1 yesterday. They are not yet saying if foul play was involved. 3 people fishing near downtown, they spotted the body in the water yesterday afternoon.
BNSF is telling us that the tracks are back open in Heimdall, North Dakota today, but the cause of Wednesday's train derailment still under investigation. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, that could take up to 2 weeks. Agents from the NTSB confirm that they are looking into several possible factors for the crash, including these broken wheel fragments we first told you about yesterday morning.
State Superintendent Kirsten Baszler says she's disappointed with how measured progress rolled out with the new North Dakota State Assessment. It tests the Common Core standards. The state has a 5-year, $7.2 million contract with the test company. However, a clause in the contract seems to say North Dakota may opt out at the end of the year. Baszler says she has been in touch with the Attorney General to talk about the state's options here. Baszler says that despite the issues, she believes that the state will reach the 95% completion rate required by law by the end of the school year.
It's a story we've been following all week. It's that all-out effort this week to make sure that the annual Springfest celebration in Grand Forks doesn't happen. This year, the city and the university canceled the annual beer blast at University Park, and as we told you yesterday, police will be out in full force tomorrow. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson now shows us that UND has been promoting Press Pause. It's an event as a party alternative.
And the party is on.
UND put together this video to promote alternatives to what was Springfest, an event that sometimes got a bit out of control. No alcohol permits have been issued for any Grand Forks parks this weekend, and officials are betting that, along with a strong police presence and party alternatives, will add up to a fairly quiet weekend.
I really hope that people that are graduating and leaving have an opportunity to get together with each other. If you're over 21, hey, get together with your friends and drink responsibly. I hope those things continue to occur.
UND is also offering students a bunch of Springfest party alternatives, including free movies from noon to midnight here at the River Cinema, along with free food at the Chester Fritz Library, free golf at Ray Richards, free coffee at the Memorial Union, and a free workout and snacks at the Wellness Center. Police are betting it adds up to a fairly uneventful weekend.
What we're wanting people to do is make sure that they're safe. They're safe on campus, they're safe when they're commuting, and overall just safety. That's what we're looking for.
And it's not your goal tomorrow to write out 200 tickets.
Absolutely not. No, our goal is to keep everybody safe when they're here on campus. We understand people are graduating. It's an exciting time right before finals. That's what we want, and there's a lot of activities. We want them to have fun, but we also want them to be safe as well.
And the party is on.
Police say they realize there are going to be some parties. They just want everyone to recognize ordinances regarding underage drinking and loud parties. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
If you want to learn more about the Press Pause event or watch the entire campaign video, we have it for you on valleynewslive.com. Click on this story.
It's Friday, time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say Sean Madigan is wanted for felony theft. Call police if you have any information on where he is. And if you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
Cleanup week is convenient if you want to declutter or if you're looking for items for your maybe next big DIY project. But do you know anyone who collects a few too many curbside treasures? Dr. Renee Renardi is a local psychologist, and she helped start the TV show Hoarders. She says though cleanup week doesn't cause hoarding, it can be destructive to someone who is a compulsive hoarder. And believe it or not, a lot of people you know may fall onto the hoarding spectrum.
There's some people who have tendencies to clutter, maybe have a hard time staying organized, and then there's other people who really have these uncontrollable urges to compulsively acquire or go into tears when they think about throwing away even a candy wrapper. So this is a behavior that does occur on a continuum from mild to severe.
Now, Renardi says the best thing to do if you're worried about a friend or a family member, learn about the condition before approaching them.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, fishing shifts back into high gear this weekend in Minnesota. Last-minute tips for those wetting a line.
It was a cool close to the work week, reaching only 45 degrees in the FM area. More rain for the weekend, specifically on Mother's Day. Your hour-by-hour forecast is next.
You're watching Valley News Live on TV, online, and on the go. Always on, wherever you are, whenever you need to know. Valley